Hey, what's up? It's Brian, and today the topic that I want to talk to you about is something that I've struggled with. I'm coming into being about 49. I'm about to turn 49. And so in midlife you start analyzing your life and asking questions. Well, for those of you who know me, you know I'm trying to work on something in my life. I'm trying to make a turnaround and get my priorities straight because things have not gone well over the last decade or two. And I really need to I want to have some success in my life. I want to pay some things off. I want to get ahead. And the things I'm going to be working on are mental, physical, spiritual, and financial, with God at the center of my life. And I'm trying to change a lot of those things. But to start with, I want to change things from the outside in. And if you know me, you know that I can tend to be like a little bit of a cynical person. And so one of the things that I want to change is the way I view people, because I know there's a lot of good out there. There's still a lot of good. No matter how dark the world looks, no matter how negative it may seem, there's still a lot of good people. And I haven't always looked at the world like that. And so what I want to do is I'm trying. I've been trying this over the last few weeks, but I really am trying to assume positive intent. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this. Apparently, this is a trend. I didn't know if this was a thing or not. And I looked it up on Google, and this is what Google said. I'll show you guys here real quick. Assuming positive intent means acting on the belief that others are well intentioned, competent, and doing their best, even when actions seem questionable. This mindset shift fosters trust. Listen to this: reduces stress and improves communication by prompting curiosity over judgment. It helps break the cycle of negative interpretation. Man, man, I don't know if that's you, but I am one of those that has struggled with that. And to listen to the positive vibes that come from that, just reducing stress. The and the thing that I've heard over and over when I started looking into this was that it has a lot to do with traffic. It seems like people always assume negative when they're in traffic. Hey, how dare that guy cut me off? That jerk. We start immediately going into the negative. And I know it sounds woo woo, but the negative really does affect us in a lot of ways. And I don't want to be a negative person anymore. That's the way I want to turn my life around. I want to be more like Jesus. And so one of the things I want to do is like I said, assume positive intent. So when somebody cuts me off, I don't want to get angry. I want to just assume that they're just trying to get where they're going, and they need to move quickly, whatever. The other day I was pulling out on the main road I live next to. And sometimes it's hard to get on this road. I mean, it's almost always like the cars are just far enough that you can't get out. So what you have to do is you have to pull out in front of somebody and just hammer on it, go. And so most of the time when people get mad about that, it really should just be something where you're like, I get it. That guy has to get somewhere too. I don't always want to assume wrong of other people. So this year, I want to assume positive intent from people. Okay. I don't want to go to the dark place. I don't want to go to the negative if I can help it. Now, there are people who have negative intent out there, no question. And for those people, I mean, that just has to be dealt with by God. But I want to do my best to assume the best of others. Okay. That's just my take. What do you think? Have you dealt with this before? Has this something that you have tried in your life? Let me know in the comments. Tell me how you feel about assuming positive intent. And I'll see you on the next episode. Once again, I'm Brian Andrew Stevens, and this is Man vs. Self. See you later.